that it's a question that Muslims should ask themselves, and they should continue following their own religion and follow it as they see right, follow the Quran, follow the Hadith, and just have no idea that's a part of the current thing anyway.
Yeah. So
put it on him, go on.
No, he wants it on me. He said, yeah. What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron and?
Yo.
Okay. If I'm asking you a question, yeah? If I can, like, for argument's sake, yeah? Let's say there's evidence from the Quran that is from God Almighty. Undisputable, not undisputable. Would you follow it? If I was to prove to you, argument's sake, that the Torah that you have, yeah, Allah's God Almighty, because you broke the covenant with God Almighty many times. God did many favors on you people, many favors. You, and I'm not saying you specifically, the children of Israel, your forefathers, yeah? Okay, which we believe were some of them, like they're prophets. We talk highly of them, yeah? Would you still say, no, we will not follow, we'll stick to our own way? And why?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because we have this simple principle, the Torah cannot be changed. God does not go through. One
Does that
second.
include abrogation? Just out of curiosity.
What do you mean obligation?
Yeah, abrogation.
So say for example, you know, with Abraham, he had one thing, then when Jacob came, or Yaqub, he had another thing. So God changed it. That's what we call abrogation.
So for example,
So
God
he had the
said,
law, Moses came with the Torah. So you had one thing that Abraham was following, and then the children of Israel got more
what the
laws.
Talmud tells us is, no, so the 630 laws came on Mount Sinai, which is what Moses brought. The Talmud does tell us that the forefathers, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, they all did observe it, although it wasn't compulsory at the time.
So what about Adam? And go far
No,
back?
they weren't, because it was before the revelation of the Torah. God decided at which point he wanted to bring down the Torah on this world.
no, there was abrogation. We believe that we both. No, okay. Well,
You got one thing.
yeah.
then he brings the Torah.
So what, for example, Adam's children's, they had to marry each other. But that's abrogated now. We both agree, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's abrogation. So we're not saying God changed his mind. God Almighty.
It wasn't prohibited at that time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So now because it is
So there
abrogation.
was the 7 Noahide laws that started in the days of Noah.
Yes.
And then
there
you
was
had
a
the rest
simple-
of it, the Torah that came to
That was
people.
the revelation to humanity came through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
Yes.
and given over to the people by God Himself. We believe was witnessed by the soul of every Jewish person will ever exist. Few million physical souls.
You was witness to what?
We believe all the souls of all the Jewish
The revelation
people
of the Torah was given in the presence of a few million people that were there.
Okay.
that were
It's the
alive.
only religion whose revelation didn't happen somewhere on a mountaintop where no one saw, or somewhere.
We
in the
believe
middle
it was
of
a
the
revelation
somewhere.
in front-
There were millions of people that witnessed it, and they passed it on to their children and their children, and it's been going like that for all those generations. So
Okay.
it didn't come out of thin air. It didn't come out of someone saying that he had a
and
revelation.
for that simple reason
Yeah,
that
but
we
we
have
have no
that we have
evidence
this
that you
concrete
actually saw it.
that we have this
So say for
concrete.
example, you saw it. We need you to write it down to prove that those millions of people saw it on Mount Sinai.
Yeah,
I can give you a lot of evidence if you want to go into the details.
One sec. Can I just stick to something? Sorry, I just want to get something straight. I'm so sorry, Akil. Can I just stick to one point? Yeah, I discussed this with Josh about the reliability. Yeah, he even said to me that there was kind of consensus, but there was some disagreements on certain passages that the rabbis had to pick one or another. I had a debate with Josh about this because we have a tradition. The point I'm saying is,
No, I want to go back to Josh a second.
Josh, no. For example, I'm saying the Torah that you have today.
Yeah.
How do you know it was preserved? What's your traditions? Because we have
I'll tell you
we have
how-
a science. We have science of Hadith, for example.
I'll tell you how we
we
know.
have traditions that go back to the
I'll
Messenger
tell
of
you how we
Allah.
know.
Yeah.
The Jewish people are very old people.
Yeah.
And before we had phones and ways of communicating, you had Jewish communities in exile in Yemen,
every end
Jewish
of the world.
communities in every corner of the universe.
Yes.
From
Now,
Europe to Africa
now
to
open
the
up a
Middle
Torah
East.
now
Yeah.
that it's a few hundred years old in Yemen.
Yeah.
Open up a Torah that originates in Europe, in Rome,
Yeah.
in Italy,
Yeah.
in Spain, in Greece,
Yeah.
And you've got
and from
really
the
old
and from the
ones.
and from the era from Jews who were under Muslim rule
Yeah.
in Spain.
Yeah.
That
of them say
all of
exactly
them
the
match
same thing.
exactly.
Exactly.
Now
To the letter of the
I'll
law.
take even further than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That means before Christianity and Islam, the way we see it, came to
Yeah.
exist,
Yeah.
you had dropouts from the Jewish community
Yeah.
that left the Jewish community, like the Karaites, the Samaritans.
Yeah.
Now, they argued for many different reasons against Judaism, and back in those days against the rabbis. They felt that they should be maybe the priests and maybe that. Now their Torahs, they are not even written in our alphabet, match our Torah as well,
Yeah.
except the passage that where you have today Haram al-Sharif,
Yeah.
they changed from, as we call it, Temple Mount, they changed that one verse to mean Hagarizim. That's
So
a
it should
different,
meet their-
it should meet their criteria, but again, their Torah that has nothing to do with Judaism.
Yeah.
You can't marry them, they're not part of our community. And they live an alternative life with much smaller communities. Still exists today.
Yeah.
The Torah matches our Torah
Word for word.
except
Apart from
where,
those few verses.
where it contradicted their way of breaking off with Judaism.
Yeah, them breaking off, you can check that variety.
What
You
he
can
said- so
check
the
that with
proof-
what you have.
So
Yeah.
there you've got the proof that for thousands of years the
Yes.
same scribes have been going around.
But there are.
Now,
You know,
I'll tell you the only place where I ever get insulted from a Muslim
Yeah.
is
Insulted.
when the only time I ever get insulted when they question the Torah to us, what we have been killed for, what we keep today, and the rules of the Torah are difficult to keep. And every word you have script on it, you have, as we call it, mafashim. How do you call it? Commentary.
Hadith. Tafsir.
On each letter.
Yeah.
And more than that, you have tradition of how big the letters should be, which letters are bigger, which letters are smaller, and every part of it. And that's the only place where I say, if a Muslim wants to question his own religion, do it. You want to question it between your own circles, do it. But once you go to a Jew and you tell him, I'm questioning your perspective of it, I find it insulting because we have been murdered, killed, tortured throughout our history just for preserving what we consider the Torah. Now, the rabbis went out of the way to keep on each thing the Torah asked of us to do. We call something Gedero Mesiyogim. That means if the Torah tells you don't touch this, we take 6 steps forward, 6 steps back, not to reach that level.
Yes.
And try to focus on each detail instead of zooming in and saying, this is permissible.
No.
Let's
Not grey area. We have that as well.
And we try very hard on each part of it to keep it. And for us, it is a living book, a book given to us by God, a covenant by God, and unchangeable. That means we have what we call what you have to believe in is the 13 principles of Judaism. And of those 13 principles, you have to believe that this is the Torah, and there will never ever be another Torah. And that's why if you ask me about the Prophet, what you would call him Prophet Muhammad, and Islam, I would say it's a beautiful religion. Enjoy it, live it, do it right, do Dawah between all your own people and bring
and to you as well.
and make all your Muslims better Muslims and follow the book to its letter of its meaning. And
But we believe.
you're righteous in your own place.
But we
you have a
believe.
righteous place up there.
But we believe. If there's something that I love for myself, I have to love it for you. So you believe in your religion that it's for you guys, yeah. So you believe your religion is for you. You don't need to get a new revert coming, yeah? I don't even know if you can be a revert to Judaism. The point is this. We are told that we have to, because if the message is sent to whole mankind, because prophets were sent before to specific nations like you, and we believe Jesus was sent to the children of Israel as well, we are told to share the message with everyone. So we have to call you. That's a given. Do you get it? You might say, you know what? We don't need you, but we're saying, not that we need you, but what we're saying is the guidance. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
What's funny? In Judaism, it's the complete opposite.
Yes, exactly.
Judaism, we've been around for thousands of years.
No, because you believe you're the chosen people.
We've never been out there trying to convince people to join us.
You know why?
Furthermore, if someone wants to join
But you know why?
the rabbis will do whatever they can to discourage him. And
There you go.
How hard it is.
Why?
We've never. Why?
Because isn't that?
We believe it's far easier.
No.
Because it's the truth for the Jewish people.
No.
The truth for you is to be a Gentile. The truth for us is to be
No. Let me tell you now.
Because this is the way God created the world. Otherwise,
Brothers,
God would
can
have
we-
come down.
can
He would
we-
have given the Torah to all of us.
Can I say something?
God wanted the world to be. There's Jewish people. There's Muslims. He created.
Hindus.
No. But what you're saying, what you're saying is the following. Now, this is another question. This shows to me that there's a form of you're God's chosen people. Yeah, and let's be honest. No, 1 second. Are we as Gentiles?
When all the cults want other people to
1
join
second.
them,
As Gentiles,
But how comes
Aki, please. Because the thing is, we're
No,
gonna
because
go.
1 second.
1 second.
Because it's not the truth
Can
for
I,
you. It's the
please,
truth.
can we just stick to it? Doesn't that mean that in Gentiles, as Gentiles, are we not lower than you?
No.
How?
I'll tell you why.
Are we not sent to serve you? Are we not sent to serve you?
Many people ask you, within Islam or within Judaism, don't you degrade the women for their own, what they do within the religion?
Okay.
No, there's a different path that the men take, there's a different path that
The
women
women
take.
take, okay,
There's a different path for Judaism, different duties, and a different mission for Muslims what they have to do. It's complete different missions. The beauty is that it all works together in a world serving one God.
So we're
That
not
means
so
that
we're not
means
lower than
you're-
you.
we believe as Judaism that means yes, you were chosen, but what were you chosen for?
Yeah.
You were chosen to do duties.
My mom's calling. I'm so sorry. Let me answer.
I don't see it that way.
No, it's not that. Look,
It's your perspective of understanding
No,
it. Because you think you're on the outside and we're on the inside. We're not on the inside, you're on the outside. It's
the
different
crux.
classes.
No, the crux of the matter is the Torah and the Quran. If we can prove the Torah is not the word of God, or it's been corrupted, because we believe that the Torah and the Injil were sent to messengers. We believe it's corrupted. If the Quran is saying there's been corruption, and you can prove to me there is no corruption, the Quran is false. If we can prove there is corruption, you need to ask yourself a big question.
That's why I say,
Yeah.
let's focus.
That's what our discussion needs to be.
The easy part is true. Let's focus on what we agree.
That's why Allah
and God
says,
Almighty Himself.
Yeah.
And instead of going into what we would call the nitty-gritty way, it's an either-or. That means it's, again, from His perspective, it would be like an exclusive class. That means it's or Islam or Judaism. And I say it's Judaism for Jews, Islam for Islam.
And Judgment Day, we're going to find out. Innit? Judgment Day, we're going to find out. And the thing is, you know what it is? It's cool because Allah said, tell the people of the book to come to common terms between me and you. If we can come to a common term in the context where you worship God alone, you don't believe He was tired, He's not a man. To me, that is, even though there is, you would say this, I don't know, there is many more improvements to do that you should accept Islam. But if we can agree in God, for example, who He is by His nature, because this is where the crux of the matter is. This is why God sent messengers to smash idol worshippers. You get it?
Yes.
So if
and
you
exactly.
So at the end of the day,
and more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's focus on that.
Exactly.
That means we agree what God is, and we agree we have to do good in this world.
Yes.
Now you keep to your scripture,
Yes.
and we'll keep to our scripture.
Yeah.
Now the scripture for you was given to your people in Arabic because that is the Arabian Peninsula, and that's what you see.
Let's put a whole word. I'm not Arab.
Yeah. For us, it's written in Hebrew.
Yeah.
As the Jews come from Judah. The geographical location, that's the language spoken there, and that's given to us.
Yeah, but if you know in your heart that, for example, if you know in your heart that Islam is the truth, and you reject it because it's from a non-Jewish prophet, that will be against. If you do,
the main problem with
sorry, man, I'll keep getting calls. I'm so sorry. I'm going to finish the discussion. You guys carry on. There you go.
So the reason we can't is not because they
Hello, Sam, I can't see.
What's your problem with Islam?
No, it's no problem for Muslims. As a Jew, I'll stick to its original.
Repenting, I'm talking about repentance. How do you
Okay, you spoke to, okay, that's
committing
fine.
any sin again?
Yes, that's fine. Okay.
You say to
So that's
yourself, I
the
don't
word.
anymore.
I'm here, yeah?
Pleasure.
Sorry.